сказать? В Берлине, в центре. Главное, так забудешь. Не вдумайся глубоко, посмотришь. Напротив Рейхстаг. А здесь Бранденбургские ворота, которые Геббельса камнем, который заложил. Все равно прошли. Ну кто я? Простая деревенская девушка. Училась в школе десятилетки. Потом, когда началась война, нашла уже великий путь. Прошла путь через всю Украину, Крым и вот до Берлина.
Berlin, 1945. Lydia Ovcharenko-Spivak of the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic directs traffic in front of the bombed-out Brandenburg Gate. She is but one of over 800,000 women who took up arms under the Red Army during the Second World War. The Russian Empire and Soviet Union maintained one of the richest modern legacies of female participation in the military. A women's battalion of 2,000 soldiers was raised during the First World War, and this very battalion was present at the Winter Palace in Petrograd on the night of the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917. During the Second World War, female Soviet snipers dominated the battlefield wherever they were deployed. A total of 2,484 female snipers were credited with killing over 11,000 German soldiers. They were considered to be more cunning, agile, and patient than male Soviet snipers. The most successful female sniper in the entire Red Army was Lyudmila Pavlichenko, a Ukrainian from Bielya Tserkva just outside Kyiv. She was credited with 309 kills and would survive the war. Because of her success, she became known as Lady Death. The most famous Russian-born female sniper was Roza Shanina, who was referred to as the unseen terror of East Prussia by a Canadian newspaper at the time. Shanina would fall in 1945, but not before taking at least 59 German soldiers with her. 80% of female Soviet snipers were killed during the Second World War, exemplifying the proportional equality of sacrifice experienced by Soviet soldiers, both male and female. Fast forward to the modern day, and it appears the legacy of women in combat service has continued in Ukraine. As of 2021, women comprise 23% of the Ukrainian military, totaling around 57,000 soldiers. This number has increased exponentially since the Russian invasion began in February 2022. Mothers, wives, even female members of the Ukrainian parliament have taken up arms in the face of the Russian invasion. Even babushkas, such as Mariupol's 79-year-old Valentyna Konstantynovska, have picked up AK-47s and began combat training. Around mid-March 2022, 39-year-old Irina reportedly became the first female volunteer to become a lieutenant in the Ukrainian army. Irina Galay, the first Ukrainian woman to summit Mount Everest and K2, has reportedly volunteered for frontline service. The famous Ukrainian photographer and writer Irina Tsvila, who had been serving in the Ukrainian military since 2014, was killed on February 25, 2022, during the Battle of Kyiv while defending against an armored Russian assault. With more women on the battlefield, frontline weddings and proposals have been commonplace across the various fronts of the Ukraine war. Though much smaller in numbers, it appears that there are indeed a handful of women fighting on the Russian side of the conflict as well. The most famous pro-Russian female combatant of the war in Ukraine is undoubtedly Irina Starikova. Born in Serbia under the name Daniela Lazovic, the 41-year-old former nun-turned-Russian separatist sniper is credited with 41 kills in the Donbass region since 2014. She was reportedly captured by Ukrainian forces on March 25th. It is rare to find a case in military history in which both sides of a conflict have fielded women in regular combat units. However, it is not surprising at all that this would emerge in a war between former Soviet states. Women have proven to be formidable warriors of the highest degree over the past century of bloodshed in Eastern Europe. Their legacy will never be forgotten. This has been Dystopia Media with the women of the Ukraine War. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.